What a terrible time to witness terrible turn of events. I mean, look at this time. Look at the timing. Look at the timing. Look at what we're actually facing in this very country. And somebody used the word terrible to describe this very country. And some people have something against it. Some people have something against it. I don't even have any issue with the government, right? Because I know that the government know what they actually do. But then you that is being used, you the common citizen that is pretending, suffering and smiling, pretending 100% that you're okay, but nothing is actually going well for you. You have been laughed, you have been mocked. You have the guts. Look at the comments here. The screenshots I have actually gotten, the screenshot I've actually saved, the rubbish, the nonsense a lot of you people say in the name of defending a government you voted for, in the name of defending a government you have political interest affiliation. The government that fits you peanut or nothing to speak for them. You're not even selling your conscience, you're selling your brain, you're selling your common sense. But as long as you use that very word terrible, I don't see any other fitting word for the reality of Nigeria. Now, what does it mean for something to be terrible? Terrible is not just a word, it's actually a condition. A state of existence where everything that is meant to be right is actually going wrong. Politically speaking, terrible is quality that has fallen to the lowest point. Policies fell and promises turned into empty echoes. It is roads actually filled with potholes, schools without books, hospitals without doctors, and power grids collapse more than they function. In this very country, that is terrible for you. Terrible is experience, the pain of waking up every morning to the country that suffocates its citizenry, where graduates roam the street jobless, where businesses crumble under the weight of inflation, where people work but cannot afford food, and where the cost of living rises but salaries remain stagnant. It is terrible. Terrible is result when a nation full of brilliant minds and natural resources remains stuck in poverty because of bad governance. It is when leaders hoard wealth, hoard cash, while citizens beg for survival. It is when corruption becomes the order of the day and those who dare to speak are silenced. And today, we are witnessing another form of terrible, where a young woman, an NYSC core member, simply voiced her frustration, and instead of being heard, she was actually threatened. Normal, very typical of them. When I heard that someone from the NYSC called her and told her to take the video down, I was angry. I was actually very upset. Mother, I don't know you, but I pour spit on your face. For you to look at a girl that you can actually give birth to, suffer, cry, a daughter for that reason. You're a woman, she's a young lady. You heard her voice, you saw her crying, and all that you could think of was taking the video down. I know that you're actually doing your job, but you did a very terrible job. You people are doing terrible things in that very places, office, high and low. You people are doing very terrible job. Different terrible jobs in different sectors. You have kids, you have children, and you have the guts to look at that girl, to tell her to take the video down because you are who? As long as a citizen in this country defending the government of this very country, especially in the areas of things that are wrong, you are nothing but a liability to this very country. You are nothing but a liability because we are moving for the change. We are trying to bring that very change these people promised us. You were there, they promised you change, and all you could do in all that has actually happened is to ignore the cries, the frustration of the young lady, to tell her to take the video down, and to even tell her that she's not speaking with a little child. You are a little child, madam. That girl that made that video is way wiser than you. You are nothing. You are defending a government that promised you a renewed hope, right? But has given us nothing but hunger, inflation, and untold hardship. The same government that spends billions on luxury, on unnecessary things, while its citizens beg for food. The same government that says it wants peace, yet turns against its own people when they demand justice, when they demand accountability. This is what we have become, a country where speaking the truth is a crime, but corruption is a culture. What kind of government is afraid of the truth? What kind of government is afraid of the truth? How did they attempt to silence the very people that have actually failed? How did they pretend that things are actually okay when people are actually suffering? When the cost of living is unbearable and when insecurity is at an all-time high? This is not about the NYSC member anymore. This is about all of us. It's about every Nigerian that has ever spoken against the oppression, against hardship, against a government that does not care. It's about every voice that has been suppressed, every protest that has been crushed, every citizen who has been made to feel powerless. But we are not powerless, right? We have our voices, and no government, no system, no authority can take that away from us. Not you. Speak up. We will not be silent. We will speak. We will demand better. We will fight for the country we will deserve, not the one we were forced to or we were given. Because a terrible government can only exist when people allow it. And we refuse to allow it any longer. We've suffered. Nigeria must change, and it starts with us refusing to be silenced. And this is me saying that a word that perfectly describes Nigeria's reality today is terrible. Very terrible.